Hello, and welcome back to another week of Connor's Whiskey Reviews. Right, firstly, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I got a haircut. Yes, so yeah, things are getting a little bit too crazy in the hair department, and I let my wife go crazy. I got a new beard trimmer as well, which is why I managed to cut my hair. So, served both purposes: trimmed the beard, trimmed the hair. Got the wife to do it. She did a pretty good job, if I'm honest. And I was thinking to myself, like, I shaved a lot off, only got to live with it for a few weeks. Kind of like it. It might stay, we'll see. Anyway, today, on to better and bigger things. We are going to be doing a little bit of a whiskey review of Jameson Crested. Okay, so that is, you'll all for Jameson. If you knows Jameson whiskey, your almost go-to top shelf, go-to whiskey, standard whiskey in a bar. Yeah, so this is the 40%. Now, one thing I'm going to do today is, after I taste it, I'm going to see, I don't know if there are on this one, I haven't read it, I promise you I haven't read it. I'm going to see if there's any notes, whiskey notes on it, and see, do I get anywhere close to what it is? Because when I was reading the yellow spot, there's a few things I got right, and there's a few things I got slightly wrong, which is interesting. I picked up on a kind of a caramel flavour, an oaky caramel flavour or something from it, and it mentioned creme brulee, which I thought afterwards, geez, that's kind of what I was getting. I'm useless, I can never pick out the flavours. Today, I'm going to see what I pick out of this, and I'm going to read it and let it tell me what's in it, and then see does it match or see was I incredibly wrong. Okay, first, let's have a little pop of this straight. So as you can see, I don't have an awful lot of this left. I do know what this tastes like, but like I said before, there's not an awful lot left. Should we put it all in there, huh? Get on with it. But it's not an awful lot left. I know what it tastes like, but I'm going to taste, as I said before, taste it as if I've never tasted it before. Because when I'm drinking whiskey, I drink it for the taste. I never smell it. I haven't really concentrated on what this smells like. I know what it smells like, but I haven't concentrated on the notes you get off it. As I also haven't done the taste of it. Well, I probably have a little bit of the taste of it, but not so much with the notes. Right. But let's have a smell of this. Now, that to me, okay, you know it's an Irish whiskey. Same characteristic notes an Irish whiskey had that kind of buttery. Now with something like the yellow spot, it's almost more shortbread buttery. This is just sort of medicinal buttery. So there's like a herbal aromatic kind of your standard alcohol aromatic whiskiness off it, you know what I mean? It smells slightly sweeter than standard Jameson. You couldn't really, you wouldn't know it was Jameson, I'd say, if you put this in front of you and you put a Jameson in front of you. But it's quite interesting. It's nice. It's not amazing. It doesn't blow the socks off me, but it's nice. Let's have a taste and see where we go with this. That's interesting. So that's slightly sweeter than your standard Jameson. Now we're giving you taste it. I can kind of tell that's got it. That's made by Jameson. It's got the standard sort of a sharp edge to it that you get with a Jameson whiskey. Now, with this though, it's almost like there's a note of fennel or licorice in it or something. There's some weird spice off that's slightly licorice. Definitely on the finish, it's more licorice. Let me just taste that again. Oh, I don't have much here to be putting an ice in it, do I? To try with ice afterwards. Yeah, there's a kind of a toasted sweetness sort of there in the middle. So it's almost like one of your sweeter spices. It's like a sweet pepper. It's interesting. It's in the middle, but it's sort of like almost like a licorice tobacco off it or something. Not really tobacco. Tobacco's the wrong word, but there's something like a low oaky licorice there in it. I'm going to put a little bit of ice in it and see. Now, unfortunately, I don't have an awful lot of whiskey here, but let's stick one ice cube in it and let's give it a whirl around. And oh, hey, you know, I don't mind showing off my Jameson glasses today because I'm drinking a Jameson, so nobody will be offended. Not that I ever was, but anyway. So let's give this a chance to melt in a little bit, and I won't need to give it that much because there's not that much whiskey in there, so it'll be drank in a second anyway. Let's see if that changes the profile any bit at all. Weirdly, smell like it's almost brought something almost like leather out of it. That's interesting. It's interesting that it's done that. It's I don't know if it's an oiliness or a leatheriness that it's brought through there. It's kind of a mix of the two. That's much better advice actually. That's one thing. It's brought back that nice sharpness you get with an Irish whiskey that I quite like. It's toned down the spice, so it's made it more manageable. So it was a bit of heat in it before. I would say that it's kind of tempered off a bit, and sometimes in most whiskies I don't like that heat. I don't mind the spiciness, but not when it's backed with a bit of heat. In this instance, it's kind of toned that down a bit and brought through those nicer flavours. That the licorice comes through a bit more. Slight honey edge off it as well, so it's almost like, yeah, like a honey spice. It's that sweet spices coming through again. It's like a little pepper, but it's not. It's the heat is off it, and there's a little tone of licorice. Now, let's read what the bottle says and see. Does it might not all of them. I mean, they all do, and I've just never noticed. But let's see if this does have any taste notes on it. It'd be hilarious if it doesn't now after me saying this. Crested, it does, hang on. Crested is a tribute to the first drops bottled by us and combines vivid sherry notes with hearty pot still spices. Okay, I can get the spices, don't get the sherry. Let me try again and see if I get the sherry now after reading it now. I've created a bias for myself. I can see what they mean, but I wouldn't call that sherry. I still, again, think that for me comes across as a spicy licorice / fennel. That's weird. I don't get what the bottle says. I'm going to read online and see what they say online about this to see if there's anybody else. Tell me, anybody else get that from the Crested? Do you get like that sort of a weird licorice? Now it's not pure licorice. It's like an undertone of licorice, spicy licorice on the end of the taste. Anybody else get that off it? Fennel or licorice or something like that? That licorice type of a taste, aniseed almost. You know, that sort of a bracket. Tell me if you get it. Either way, I have to say, there's there's actually 3 whiskies of Jameson's, apart from Jameson itself, the standard bog standard Jameson you get. There's 3 of them I really like. Crest is one of them. Black Barrel, which I've had and I finished it and I can't do a review of it because it's all gone. And there's another one, I think it was the Blender's Dog. Those I found quite nice. The stuff they've done, whatever blending they're doing, it works really well. I'm liking these new bottles I've got out. Not all of them. Some of them, they're not my thing, but a few of them are. So it's interesting. I'll try them out if you can. By the way, this one is one of the ones I do like. So well done, Jameson. Good drop. Cheers, everyone.